Hi everyone, my name is Corinne Perry, and I was recently invited to present for the virtual MOS meetup and showcase the work that was accomplished for my final capstone project through Oregon State University's Masters in Natural Resource Program and smaller project through San Jose State University's Info 282 Digital Asset Management course. Thank you for having me. The purpose of this presentation is to demonstrate how both the fields of librarianship and natural resources could be combined with the use of GIS technology. You will see how a digital map can store images and video clips. Hopefully, this presentation will also answer some potentially impending questions you may have about what a GIS librarian is and why it could be necessary to overlap both fields. What is geographic information science? It is a science of where, rooted in the science of geography. It is information about places on the Earth's surface. Geographic information systems is a computer system for capturing, storing, checking, and displaying data related to positions on the Earth's surface. MOS and Esri's ArcGIS are good examples. So then therefore, a GIS librarian, or the new map librarian, works with print and digital maps, as well as the map digitization process. When did we start using GIS, and what are some common examples? It started roughly in the 1960s, when the world's first true operational GIS was developed in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, by the Federal Department of Forestry and Rural Development. In the 1970s, MOS and GRASS-GIS, two public domain systems, were developed. In the 1980s, M&S Computing, Esri, Keras, Map Info Corporation, and ERDOS, commercial vendors for GIS, emerged as hosts. And in the 2000s, free open source platforms became readily available, while GIS went mainstream with browsers like Google Earth. As librarians began digitizing their maps, they needed GIS librarians as well. What is a digital asset management system? It's an informational management strategy that organizes digital material, images, videos, graphics, logos, in a single location, allowing the user to maintain intellectual and operational control of the material. The image you see here is an example of what I refer to as a digital asset management system for cataloging and archiving digital assets, images and video clips collected for specifically a digital GIS map with vector point data. The DAM would be ArcGIS Online. The digital asset strategy takes field collected informational data points from respondents, catalogs the information to digital terrain map, color-coded based on their type of response, and then digs deeper into each site location with the ability for users to click on each data point and get additional information related to the time and place of the data capture, the content collected, and images and videos related to that particular site. The taxonomic structure, a similar concept of taxonomy organization in the biological sciences, involves organizing this information in a hierarchical 5-main layer process. Layer 1 is the gray wolf range with informational data record. You will view this image on the next slide. Layer 2 is the legend layer, with each data point available for view. This slide is layer 2. Layer 3 is the descriptive text box layer with fields. This is viewable on slide 8. Layer 4 is the Google Photos album layer, viewable on slide 8 as well. And layer 5 is the Google Photos metadata layer, viewable on slide 9. Again, this is slide layer number 2. In order to view the map and make it understandable, I cataloged it with descriptive text, a title, information pertaining to each data layer used, and social media shareable access permissions. Before you can open the map in Map Viewer, you need to view this informational page. The content found here is similar to the information found in a digital library catalog. This is layer 1. The more detailed the record, similar to a MARC record, the arguably more understandable it is to a user reviewing this information. You can tag the asset for users to link to similarly related maps. You can provide credits to demonstrate contributors, and digital users are even able to provide their own comments. This is still in layer 1. The purpose of the capstone's informational data points was to integrate digital assets and GIS technology while creating an interactive layered digital map experience of a graduate research journey that would support the larger thesis. The larger study was to focus on developing a coexistence strategy for humans and gray wolves through a human dimension surveying process and collection of digital assets. The result was images and video clips cataloged and stored inside of an Esri ArcGIS spatial terrain map. The published map is available for public access. You can click on each point and get information on the survey results, as well as view images related to each site. The descriptive text box with fields, where the arrow is pointing, is layer 3. The Google Photos album to the right is layer 4. The deepest layer of the data is the metadata that explains each image or video clip within the surveying process. Metadata is data about data. In this case, it is the data on the right you see here, inside Google Photos, explaining the image detail and the informational purpose that relates it back to the larger study. The images are archived inside each data point for users' reference. This is layer 5, the deepest layer. With that, this wraps up my 5-minute brief lightning talk on GIS, STEM, and librarianship. If you have any questions, you're welcome to contact me. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of this meetup. Thank you.